So, with the sine law is used when we do not have a right angle triangle. Because when we don't have a right angle triangle, we cannot use Pythagorean theorem nor SOHCAHTOA. Okay? It is like you can't. It will be wrong. So what we have here, we have a triangle ABC, and we have angle 50 for A, angle 65 for B, and angle 65 for C, with the sides that I've given you. So the question is asking you to complete the following table. Okay? So basically, all what we have to do here is we down what the angle measure is. We have to calculate the sine of the angle, and so on and so forth. So let's start that. So, can you guys remind me of what angle A is? Measure of angle A? It's 50. And angle B is 65. And angle C is 60. Right? Now, I would like you to do on your calculator, I would like you to find sine 50. Because the second question is asking you to find the sine of angle. So you have to find sine.
0.7660.
0.7?
Yeah. 0.766.
Yeah?
0.
What's after the 0?
4.
Good.
That's why I said 0, you know. I know how
Excellent. I'm just making sure. Okay. Now, what would sine 65 be?
0.906.
Okay. So that would work for both angles because both B and C are 65. Okay. Now, what is the length of side A? Side A. I can't see it on the top, so you guys have to help me. What's the length of side A? So remember that if I have angle A,
Oh, 1.08.
listen, it's 26.4.
Oh, yeah.
So side A is opposite from angle A. Okay? So side A is this. Right? This is A. Because it's opposite from angle A. Okay? Which one's side B? Which one?
51.2.
The right side. This
Right,
one.
yeah.
This is side B. And this is side C.
Basically the opposite.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is how we name it. Okay. So side A is 26.4. Side B is 31.2. And side C is 31.2. Now, what they would like you to do, they would like you to do side A over sine A. So all what we have to do is take side A and divide it by sine A. So 26.4 divided by 0.7660. What do you get?
344.6.
344? 3.6. Okay, now we have to do the same thing for B. So we have to take side B and divide it by,
What?
I don't think that
I
is
don't
right.
think that's right.
No, so that's 34.46.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. 34.4.
464. 34.5.
Wait, what?
If you do the, I need a calculator.
I got 34.446.
I got 34.46.
Okay, let's see what I get.
Make sure your calculators are in degree mode, people.
Yeah.
34.46.
34.46.
Divided by.
0.7666.
Oh.
If I do 31.2 divided by 0.9063,
I did not get 34.6.
how come it?
I'm getting 34.44.
vertical connection. You're right.
34.4.
Is it 26.4 or is it?
It's 26.4.
Yes, 34 points. Then we don't know if there's a
We're all getting different answers.
This is the most correct answer because if I do 26.4 divided by sine 50, I get 34.46. Okay? If I do sine A, if I actually do sine 50, so if I do this, if I do 26.4 over sine 50, what do you get? Can you try that, Stephanie?
34.46.
Okay. Now let's try 31.2 divided by sine 65. I get 34. So anyway, just that 0.4 is not going to make a big difference because remember sometimes when we are measuring angles, when we are measuring sides, we are rounding, right, to the nearest whatever. So sometimes that will happen. So if it's one decimal place, that's fine. Now what happens if I do 31.2 divided by 0.9063? 34. These are neither degrees nor centimeters. Just normal, nothing. Okay. Do you notice anything? They're all very close. We could say that they're all equal because if I actually do 34.46 or 34.42, they're equal, right? They're very close to be equal. Again, the reason why they're not equal is probably when I'm measuring my sides or my angle. I have to round up a little bit. That's why. Okay? Good. Now let's do the other one. So let's do 0.766 divided by 26.4. What do we get?
Oh, flip it.
So you should be getting 0.0290.
So what's that one for me?
Hmm?
It's the second one for A versus C. When the side A is on top, what's that?
What do you mean? I don't.
First one you have A over side A.
Yeah.
Side A over A.
Yeah. I'm just looking at what happens if I have this. Okay? What do you notice now? What do you notice?
Very close.
Very close. If I don't actually go to 4 decimal place, they are the same, right? So here where the sine law comes in, okay? So sine law comes in that any time you take the ratio between the side and the sine of the angle, they're going to be equal, no matter what letter you're doing. So A over sine A is equal to B over sine B, and it's equal to C over sine C. Okay? Same thing if I do the other way around. So if I have sine A over A, it's equal to sine B over B. It's equal to sine C over C. And this is where they got the sine law from. Okay, that's going to happen no matter what the triangle is. It's going to be true. Okay? So, what we found out after we did this, we found out over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. Or the other way around. Sine A over A equals sine B over B equals sine C over C.
If they are not coming same, that means we have done calculation wrong.
Again, this is true for every single triangle. Okay?
So only use this when it's, you only use sine law when you're given one of these.
We're going to talk about when do we use sine law. Okay. So, excuse me. Thank you. So this is called the sine law. Okay? Now the question is, when do I use which one? So I have two different equations, right? They're the same, they're just the opposite, they're reciprocal of each other. Now when do I use sine A over A, sine B over B, and when do I use A over sine A and B over sine B? This one I use it when I'm finding angles. Okay? So when I'm finding angles, I use the sine A over A, sine B over B, sine C over C. Why do I use this one? It's because it's easier for me to isolate at the end. Okay? It's easier for isolation. And I use the other one when I'm looking for a side. Okay? Now, let's say I have this. So there's rules to use the sine. So I have the triangle. The triangle does not have to be right angle triangle. If you're given two angles and any other side, right? So let's say that you're given this side, right? Okay? And you're looking for angle B, side B, sorry. So you're looking for this one. Then you can use the sine law. Because what happens is, I know side A, and I know sine A, because I know the angle. I don't know side B, but I know sine B. Okay? So you have three things, you're looking for one. Okay? We'll look at an example. When we look at the example, it will make sense. Okay? You have to know these rules. Now, if you are given one angle with two sides, so two sides and an opposite angle, you're looking for the third, so another angle. So this is what we have. Let's say we know angle A and side A. We know that. We know side B. And I'm looking for angle B. Okay? That's another way that I can use sine. Okay? So I know an angle in its opposite side. I know the other side, and I'm looking for the opposite angle. Okay? For sine law to work, you must have an angle in opposite side, or otherwise it won't work. Okay? So let's look at an example because it will make more sense. When you're doing the sine law, you're going to only use two of the three ratios. Okay? So you either use A and B, A and C, or B and C. You can't use all three of them together. Okay? You only have to pick two. like this. So I know angle B, I know angle C, I know side B. Do you guys see that? I'm looking for side C. So I'm looking for side C. So which ratios I'm going to use? B and C. Good. A is out of the picture, I don't need to know what it is. Are we okay with this one? I have two formulas. I have sine A over A, sine B over B, sine C over C. Or I have A over sine A, B over sine B, C over sine C. Which one I'm going to use? I'm looking for a side.
The first one,
A over sine A. Okay, but I'm going to use B over sine B. Right? Because I'm looking for a side. Now let's fill in the blanks. Do I know what side B is?
Yeah.
What is it? 32. Okay, because that's side B. Do I know what angle B is?
Yeah.
What is it? Good. Do I know what side C is?
No.
Do I know what angle C is?
40.
So do you guys see that I only have one unknown? There's only one thing that I don't know. Everything else I know. So if I want to look for C, what do? I want to isolate C. I want to keep C here by itself, but I want to get rid of this. Cross multiply. Multiply this way. I tell people it's half cross multiply, only multiplying half of the cross. Okay? So that would be 32 times sine 40 over sine 60. Okay? So that gives you side C. Are you guys okay with this so far? So put that on the calculator, tell me what you get.
The whole thing is regular
23.75.
Sides to what decimal?
years?
To what decimal sides?
To one?
To one decimal, so that will be 23.8.
Wait, what?
Sides have to be to one decimal.
Oh, yes.
I want you to set up the next question. What am I looking for? Find the measure of
C.
angle C, right? Because it's a big letter. So I need to look for this.
Sorry, which? Oh, the inside.
So what? Set it up for me.
Okay, so we're looking for angle.
I'm looking for an angle.
Okay.
So what do I put on the top? Top.
Sine B over.
Sine B over B.
That's right.
Sine
Sine B over. Easy? Okay, let's fill in the blanks. What's angle B?
60,
Side B.
50,
Do I know angle C?
no,
What's side C?
35.
35.
Same idea. cross multiply. Half cross multiply. Okay? You're just going one direction.
$30.3.
No?
Wait, what? What times are
You do 35 times sine 60 divided by 50.
Oh, that's
0.062.
Yeah? Good. Am I done? Did I find my angle C? Did I find angle C?
No.
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 Because it can't be that.
So how would I find angle C?
Inverse this.
That's right, sine inverse, remember? Remember, anytime I'm looking for an angle, I have to do the inverse of whatever ratio I'm doing.
What if you made it sine inverse in the step before?
What, where?
Like 35 sin 60. What if you did sin? Like
That would be wrong.
37.3?
37.3, but because it's an angle, it will be 37 degrees. Done. So, now, right now we're only learning how to do sine law, but what we're going to learn later on, we're going to learn how to do cosine law, right? So we're going to have to make decisions on which law I'm using, okay? But I'll teach you a way to eliminate, okay? Because cosine law is easier to find. It's easier to decide if it is or not, okay? So if it's not cosine law, then it's sine law. You have no other options. Okay, I'm gonna stop right now, and I want you to go to your homework and try some questions, and then around maybe 1:45, I will come back and solve this question with you. Okay? You wanna attempt it, go ahead, but I would like you to practice some easier questions first.